Week 13 is in the books, and we are here with the squad, M. Shane Sanaz, and we are going to talk about it. And we are going to talk 49ers, Eagles, Dallas, Seattle, Packers, Chiefs, Lions, Saints, Rams win third in a row. Oh my God, MVP. We are going to talk about Super Bowl predictions. Everything right now. So let's get it started. And let's start off, ladies. By the way, hello.
Hello.
Are you guys ready to talk about it?
Oh,
You guys look
so
fire,
much.
by the
Thank
way.
you.
I always
Verify
love the
Oscar.
whole black.
Yeah.
Way to
Black.
rep. By the way,
Yes.
I'm not in black
I know.
because I am in my lucky red and gold shoes that I wore Sunday, which we'll get to in a little bit. But
Let's start with Monday, though.
I'm just saying, if I happen to have the little gold and red flare, it's not an accident. But let's talk Jags. Let's talk Monday Night Football. Jags versus the Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, what a game that turned out to be.
We got free football last night. Overtime
I
football. I love it.
know.
Right?
I love free
Real
football.
Monday night game.
You know,
It's
that
been
was
a
the
while.
first time in 12 years the Jags had a home Monday night football game.
That's
No.
crazy. But I
Wild.
believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
wild, right?
Yeah.
That
Ooh, I
game
didn't
started
realize
off with like a blast too. And like, I don't know if you guys watched that first few minutes when Kirk got hurt. I was like, that nutsack ripped open. I don't know. I could tell it was a groin injury the minute he jumped, and I was like, "There's a good start to Monday night, right?" She's bothered by it. She's bothered, but you saw what I saw. Like
Yes.
he jumped, and I was like, "Here we go,
Oh.
It's Monday night." Guys.
Yep.
We're going to
Yep.
have to bleep that out.
Why?
Probably.
It's not a bad
but
word.
It's fine.
Oh
Walking
my
HR right here, all times.
Keeping you on
But
your toes.
more importantly, actually, I mean, I know we're going to talk about football, but
Yeah.
I was like that pool.
Oh, I love the pool
The
in the
pool.
Jacksonville
I
Stadium.
mean, it's
Oh,
Okay, I had to go down the,
You
the
went down
rabbit
the
hole.
hole.
I was like, how do I get in the pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I only need $12,500.
is it a club seat? Is it a club seat holder?
For $12,500, you get to get into the pool, and it gives you, I think, 50. I was like, how? But I read it, so I could be wrong, but it said 50 tickets, all food and beverages included.
Okay.
Oh, so they sell it as a suite.
I think
it's like a
so.
suite.
There's like 4
Okay.
cabanas or something like that.
I mean,
Is it a jacuzzi or a pool?
I mean, 4,000. I mean, it could happen.
absolutely.
I don't want to go to Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
but-
I think that I'm going to put that on the to-do list, right? To be
Yeah.
in the pool.
Are
in
we
the
gonna wear
mall.
the Trevor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Lawrence?
Would you
wigs,
rather
though?
go in the pool or do you want to go on the boat in Tampa Bay?
Oh, I mean, I do want to love a cannon thing. I do. wanna
No,
do that.
I like the pool.
Okay.
I'm a pool girl.
Okay.
But we should probably talk about the win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Jackson,
Wow.
first off, that game was so up and down, but like I got to give a shout out to my boy Ingram. Jacksonville loves running that 2 offense tight end system. Ingram had a great game. We had a touchdown. ETN had a great game.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence looked good.
Yes.
Until-
I mean,
Yes.
until
No, he looked great though. Before, I
Yeah.
mean,
people, we were sleeping on the Jags, man.
Well,
Their
I don't-
record is good.
I
Your
don't think that
record's
we were
good.
sleeping. I don't think that we were sleeping on the Jags. I think they definitely have been in the conversation.
Mhm.
They've been into my pick'ems.
They right? I've
Yeah,
been picking them
yeah,
too.
yeah.
But I don't think we realized how good they really have been.
Yeah.
But they've been getting those W's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
Lawrence was 22 for 29, like 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 if you count his, like until he got hurt. But I mean, he was having a great game. And then Browning.
Browning out
Wow.
of nowhere, just stepping up. Like no one saw that coming. I mean, you always hope that your secondary is going to show up like that, right? You hope that
Did
like
anyone pick the Bengals knowing that
No.
Burrows was out? Did you
No.
pick the Bengals?
I think I picked the Bengals.
No.
I'd have to
Wow.
go back and check.
stop it
I
right now.
did.
I hate you. No.
They have Mixon.
no.
No.
Good old Joe. Get out of here.
No. I thought the Jags
were just
take it.
they've been doing so good, getting
Yeah.
all those W's. I
Yeah.
was just like they're gonna show up,
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere,
Out of nowhere.
obviously no one saw that injury coming, and then to see Browning step up, I was flabbergasted. I mean,
Yeah.
you hope for this performance,
Yeah.
but you don't count on it by any means.
Well,
but
when he went down, I think immediately he wasn't going to play. Like you knew it was
It looked
significant.
bad.
It looked bad.
Well, I always judge how bad the injury is by how the players react.
Mhm, mhm.
And when he slams on, his hand on the ground, I knew he wasn't going to come back.
Yeah.
Because it was his reaction. Like he knew instantly
Yeah.
he was going to be out of that game.
Yeah.
And then when he took off his helmet, and a pretty calm dude,
Yeah.
when he took off his helmet and threw the helmet, I knew he wasn't going to come back.
Yeah.
Like
he
that was it.
Very frustrated.
But what I didn't know is I didn't know that I was going to see my old friend CJ, was it Beathard,
yeah.
right?
Bethard beat hard.
I don't know how to say
I
it.
know.
And he was a 49er for a while.
Oh.
So it was like, oh, I remember him,
Hmm.
good guy.
Yeah.
By the way, a little bit of history on him.
Yep.
From Nashville.
Oh.
As you guys know, my 4 years of being a resident in Nashville.
It was like college for you.
yeah,
It was like 4 years
it was
of
like
like
4 years.
college
I like that.
songwriting.
Yeah.
We're gonna say that from now on.
We're going to say that
You
from
went
now.
to
My
in
college.
Nashville.
Okay, yeah. His dad is like a famous songwriter, by the way.
Oh.
He had hit songs with like, I don't remember all of the artists,
But
but
that's cool.
no, he's known. Like he has a Wikipedia and everything.
Wow.
You
Sadly,
know you made
though-
it when you have a Wikipedia.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sadly, his brother though passed when he was with the
Aw.
Niners. I think it was in 2019.
Oh my gosh.
His brother, who was I think also a songwriter, was in a Nashville bar
Uh-huh.
and actually got into it with somebody, and sadly he was stabbed and he passed
Oh my
away.
gosh.
And I remember because he was part of our team, so obviously the Niners wrapped their arms around him, and that's what I remember. So I was kind of happy to see him and come in and kind of do his thing and get a chance to show what he can do.
Yeah, do it so well.
But I mean, Jake Browning,
Yeah.
Where-
Incredible.
undrafted.
Yes.
I'm telling you, like
Husky out of Washington.
out of Washington.
Bounced around for a while, right? He's been in the league for a minute, but
Yeah,
bounced
2000,
around.
I think 17.
Yeah.
From Folsom, California.
We love
Shout
a
out
CA boy.
NorCal.
Shout out, what's his name? My country singer, Folsom.
Johnny
Prison.
Cash?
Oh,
There you
yes.
go, Johnny Cash. I mean, as soon as you hear Folsom, you have to think Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Folsom.
Right.
Folsom Blues.
Anyways, that was definitely, a good game.
Yeah, but can we talk for a second about the kickers? How come each kicker is missing kicks? Like, what is happening in the NFL this year? Like, they greasing up the ball?
Is it weather? Is it?
I don't know.
I think between the kickers and losing quarterbacks left and right, it's
just
I don't know. And that's what's making this year, I think, so interesting.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
Next man up. Like, seriously, if I'm a QB2 or I'm a QB3,
mhm.
I'm ready.
You better be
Yes.
ready.
You better be ready.
Because
Because, and I don't know what the stats are, but the chances of you playing are
Yes.
high.
Up there.
Yes.
Are high right now.
Higher than ever,
they
right?
did say Lawrence had the MRI. It's a high ankle sprain,
Okay.
and that they are thinking
Yeah.
he might play this week.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
Mm.
but I mean, at this
Give him
point
a
in the
minute.
season, what are you going to do though?
Well, they're in the race. They're in the
Yeah.
hunt. So
After Aaron Rodgers,
They have the same record
can
as the
never-
Ravens, don't they?
Anyone can come back in any
Oh my
amount
God,
of
we gotta
time.
talk
from
about the
anything.
Jets in a
No,
little bit
get outta
because
here, bro.
that's just
No.
I definitely want to talk about it because there's a lot to say. Not a lot, but there's a lot to say about Aaron, and even now Salah is on the hot seat, right?
Yes.
So,
Okay, we'll get
but
there.
let's get to it.
If this is your moment to shine, Monica.
Let's
This
get
was your Super Bowl.
to it. Well, Dallas was the first Super Bowl. The Eagles was the second, and my third Super Bowl will be when we are in Vegas.
Oh, you heard
And
it
I
here.
will start
You
a
heard it here.
GoFundMe. I'm telling you guys right now, all my FIS people, I'm telling you right now, when my boys, the 49ers, go to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, which is only a 45-minute flight for me and 3 hours in my car, I will start a GoFundMe. I'm telling you ladies right now,
Yeah.
it's happening. I need to be there. Anyways, okay.
Oh my
Besides
gosh.
that, I am actually going to let you guys go first. Tell me what you guys thought about that game. 49ers versus the Eagles. To me, that was possibly the game of the year.
I mean, the first quarter, the Eagles just dominated, right?
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous. Thinking like, what's happening? But then the Niners emerged in all their glory and greatness. And it was just a truly beautiful game. Those 6 touchdowns in a row. I mean, it was just beautiful football. You just could sit there and just admire, like, wow, this, because we haven't seen a lot of that this year.
Mhm.
We've seen a lot
Admire it if you were a 49ers.
If you were a 49er
if you were an
fan.
Eagles fan, and
I'm
we
sorry.
haven't, we should get an Eagles fan on here soon. But what
Yeah.
are your thoughts?
I mean, I think the game started off a little shaky, but I mean, the Niners, you know, my baby brother showed me this clip. Your Niners were heading on over to the Eagles defensive back area and just disrupting their practice, which I was like, okay, we're going to play some head games, Niners. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. But I mean, like you said, like touchdowns on 6 different drives. Like, whoa. I mean,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, he is in the MVP conversation. He has to be.
Absolutely.
He has to be. This man is just crushing it for everyone right now.
Yeah.
And you know what I saw that was just so interesting is that when I look at the Eagles, I just feel like they're missing something offensively. There's just something not there. Defensively, they're giving up a lot of points. That's got to be their biggest right now.
It was
you're just giving away points at this point. Am I right?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith, but you're missing something. Now Swift went out with an injury. Okay.
Yeah.
Something needs to click.
Yeah.
Because in that game, it started off shaky, but then what do we always say?
Yeah.
If we stay healthy, the 49ers are the most complete team in the NFL.
100%.
They showed that.
And we've said it from the
100%.
beginning. Niners, Ravens is my prediction for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But the Niners are such a complete team.
Yeah.
It's not even about the targets they have. It's the coaching.
Mhm.
Shanahan's offense is so solid. And Brock Purdy fits into it so amazingly that they just look, they're a tank.
Yeah.
They're a
Yeah.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Eagles, I don't know. I mean, their next big test is the Cowboys.
I mean, did you see Kelsey during that game? His
Oh.
face, that look of defeat, just the way you could tell it didn't feel right. He wasn't, it was off. The energy was off. The players were off. Everything was just not working in their favor, and they could just feel it, and it just felt dirty. And I think they just had a really lackluster game. It just ended up being a lot of the Niners offense against the Eagles defense, and it just obviously didn't work for them.
I mean,
Worked
19
for
for 20.
me.
It worked for her.
It worked.
It worked for
me.
Brock, who was 19 of 27, 4 touchdowns.
Well,
It worked for Brock, who
and
went in there
Debo?
against Jalen Hurts,
Can
who
we
had
talk about Debo, though?
Oh, give Debo the flowers.
I mean, just unstoppable.
Well, let me tell you how my morning started.
Let's
out.
hear it.
Tell us.
Okay.
Start to finish.
And start to finish.
Yeah.
Our social media was blowing up. I don't
Can
know.
we give love to the FIS
You
squad?
guys-
we seriously.
The social media interaction out of the FIS squad crushed it this week.
Crushed
I
it.
brought like a tear to my eye.
Crushed it.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And everybody ponied up to your bet.
They
Everybody,
did.
well,
Everybody
and I
ponied
think
up.
some people probably don't know. So let's put it out there,
Get it out.
right? So we started out the week. You know, everybody who reps all their teams is invited on our page.
Always.
This is not a Niner page. This
Nope.
is not an Eagles page. This is not a Dallas page. This is a every fan page, including rookie fans, right? That is what we do.
Yep.
But I love when there's a big game because all the Eagle fans, all the Niner fans came out, the Dallas fans. Hey, the Dallas fans and the Niner fans were on the same team.
Yeah, they
this
were
week.
united.
I
They
mean,
were
that's
united.
a beautiful
It's a
thing.
great synergy.
That's a great synergy, and I love seeing a lot of our Dallas fans saying, "Man, I thought I'd never say it, but go Niners!"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I will be saying "Go Cowboys" this week, which we'll get to. But I mean, the excitement I have for this game, and it's always tough. You know, do we go to an event or do I stay home? And I promised myself when I started Football Sexy that I would always be a fan first when it comes to the Niners.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be locked in.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to work, so I was home. But what I did do is I put on our page that, okay, you guys are talking a lot of mess out there.
Yep.
So put something on it, right? So we put a bet out there. And I told all the Eagles fans that when my boys win,
Yeah.
you have to post, I lost to Football Sexy.
And you were willing to jump into a freezing cold pool if you lost.
If it went
because
bad,
you were that confident.
if it went bad, I looked at the degrees of my pool and I was like, oh my God. I took a screenshot of it just in case.
Yep.
It was 57. And Monica does not get into anything
You don't
under
cold plunge?
83.
You got
No,
a cold
no,
plunge?
I'm not that
83?
girl. I am not that. 83 is cold for me.
Oh,
Like,
goodness.
for real. No, I'm serious. So, but I was willing because that's how much faith I had in my boys that we were going to pull it out.
Oh my gosh.
But I will tell you,
Mm-hmm.
when the first quarter came around
Mhm.
and we could not move the ball. We
Mhm.
could not move the chains, and we were minus 6 yards.
Yes.
And we were only down by 6,
Yep.
which I knew was going to be in our favor. I was like, if the Eagles are kicking field goals, that's a great sign for us.
True.
That means our
True.
defense is doing their things, because it should have been 14-0. And that could have been a difference, but it was only 3. And I know the Niner fan base, the Niners, Kyle, were like, shh, not even, like, that's 7 points.
Yeah.
Like, we'll handle that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I was looking at my pool, because I actually watched it outside, and I kept going, oh, man. And I started looking at that pool. I'm like, that looks cold. It
Turning the
looks
heater
great.
on a little bit.
It's funny. I watched it with 2 other people that are diehard Niner fans. They go, Monica, you better turn that fucking heater on right now. And I go, no. And they go, no one will know. I'm like, I would know.
Yeah.
I
Our
would
girl's
never
honest.
cheat my fans.
No, our
I would
girl's
never,
honest.
our friends, not fans. I would never cheat anybody. If a bet's a bet, and I would have
Yeah.
jumped in full clothes at 57 degrees.
Oh,
But it
Lord.
was kind of funny. They're like, girl, you better turn that heater on right now. And I'm like, I
Takes a
can't do
while.
it. But all that to be said, man. And then all of a sudden, we did what we do.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I loved watching my boys come in all black, Debo leading the way.
Mhm.
They were ready to wreck shop.
Yeah.
And
They were going to a funeral.
Yep.
They were going to go kill
And-
some birds.
Right?
Oh!
I'm telling
They
you.
came in hot like
They
that.
came in hot.
I
And
was like, it was a statement.
it was a statement.
loved it.
We did our thing. And listen, we could talk about Brock all day long. And we could talk about Debo all day long. But there is one unsung hero, too, in my opinion, that I feel haven't really got the flowers that they deserve. And my boy, shout out to George. He doesn't know he's my boy, but he's Claire's man.
Our friend in our
But,
head.
you know, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
George Kittle
I think
blocked his ass off. He, to me, is the unsung hero on 2 drives, blocking for Debo. On one TD, he blocked 2 guys as Debo ran in. On the other one, I mean, he was just, that's what I love about my team. They're just team players, whether they're actually getting the ball or whether they're blocking for their brother. It was amazing to see. And the other unsung hero, I think Kyle called it probably his best game.
Yeah.
Our head coach, Kyle Shanahan, it was beauty on
Coach of the year
field.
right there,
Like,
in my opinion.
It was amazing.
Every level performed.
Every level.
performed.
And to me, and I've been saying this, you guys know, and it's on tape, right? Is that Brock is the MVP this year. And the only I'm telling you,
have.
because Mahomes, to me, he's out.
No,
Hurts
not this year.
that hurt his MVP race
Chances.
right there.
Yeah.
To me, listen to this. I mean, Brock literally leads in almost everything. QBR, passer rating, yards per completion, TD percentage, completion percentage. I mean, I don't care that this guy's Mr. Irrelevant. I don't care where or how he got here. The bottom line is he is outplaying everybody. Give him his MVP.
I'd say he's at the top of the list.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Top of the
MVP.
list.
MVP. But we'll get to it. But I get it. But right now, that's what I
It's a
see.
little early.
By
still.
the way, it is early,
little
but
early.
you know, I called that
fair,
in the
to be
beginning.
fair.
Yeah.
I called that in the
You have,
beginning.
you have,
I've been
you have,
riding
you
that Brock train since I saw him in preseason.
Choo
Brock
choo.
Trey.
I've been riding that. I mean, for real. But who the hell is Big Dom? Dom, let me make sure you get his name right. Dom DeSandro. I'll tell you who he is.
Let him hear it.
Dude, he's been with the Eagles since 1999. It's his 25th year. He's the head of security.
Okay.
And keep your hands off my boys.
That was a little much. He got a little too excited. I didn't like that either.
I just
That
don't even
was-
understand the dynamics of that, the logistics of how and why he was there.
What were you doing, bro?
So apparently he's the head of security. Okay, now
Okay.
why do you have a head of security when you've got the Eagles offense,
Thank you.
offensive line, defensive line in pads and in a helmet? Why are you on the field?
Yeah, they're on the field, not in the parking lot. I get that they need
So,
protection around the stadium.
I think this is going to be something that's looked at. I think as we walked in here, I saw breaking news that there will be significant penalty for him because what he did, he said he tried to diffuse the situation. This is not a bar. We are not on Main Street.
Yeah.
We are playing a football game for the NFL.
Yeah.
And you need not to touch my
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Not
Like,
good.
not
a good
okay.
look.
Greenlaw.
No.
And of course, like when you start pushing, Greenlaw just did a natural reaction
Yeah.
and kind of pushed back.
Yeah.
And it just so happened, I don't think he realized how far he reached. It kind of swiped his nose. But like, so what wasn't fair is Greenlaw got ejected, but he's playing a game.
Yeah, he's
And
in
they're like,
a mindset. He's
yeah.
on a field like where he's in a certain mindset of where he's going attacking people. You know, he's not.
He's playing football.
Yeah.
And then the security guard, oh, well, they're going to make him leave. Well, that's great, but he's not, he has no factor in this game.
No.
The only thing about that scared me was the momentum shift.
Yeah.
I was worried that, and I was cussing. I'm not gonna lie, I was cussing up and down. I was just so mad that our Greenlaw was getting ejected from the game.
Yeah.
It was just bad. And then I was worried about the momentum shift.
Yeah.
But what did we do? We came back and we scored right after, and I'm like, oh, it's on.
Yeah.
The momentum shift? No, you just pissed my boys off even more.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then it was lights out.
Yeah.
After that.
that.
Lights out. And according to Sportsline, the 49ers are now favored to win the Super Bowl by 23.7%.
Woo!
We love that.
Right?
We
and
love
Casey's
that.
behind with
Those are some-
18% and Eagles. So right now,
Double digits.
we are in
Dang.
that conversation, and
Okay.
I couldn't be happier. But whoo, what a game! And CMC was the first player, by the way, to reach 1,000 yards this season.
Dang it.
Yep. So I mean, I didn't have to get in that pool, and I don't know that I'll ever put that out there again because I was kind of dreading it. I was like, this can't happen.
Your hair.
But I would have done it.
Imagine her hair.
and
Then.
and I would have filmed it. I would have done the whole thing, but I didn't have to. And man, those like people are people football sexy. They were
Yeah.
like, hey, you get to stay dry, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
You know how happy I am.
But shout out to all the Eagle fans,
Yes.
who were fans of their word.
Honorable.
Yes.
Honorable.
Honorable.
They posted, we lost the football is sexy.
Yeah.
And the one guy, I want Philly something, we'll give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Not only did he post, I lost the football is sexy, he put an E40 song
Oh,
on
that hit your
and
heart,
I was
didn't
like, oh,
That got
is
you right there
that
in the
is
heart.
key. He won the like meme of the
Yeah.
week, I think, because that just showed
Yeah.
total class.
We have the
and
best fans.
The
it? We really
best.
do.
Well, friends.
friends.
We don't have fans. We have friends. But anyway, I mean, I think that's all I can say about that. I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely have more to talk about, but that game was
Ugh.
everything I thought everybody thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think the Eagles, we'll talk about it in a minute, but the Eagles, they have a tough road.
Yeah.
It starts with this week against the Dallas, which we'll get to, but let's talk about the Packers and the Chiefs.
Oh.
Jordy, love.
Oh.
I mean,
What
the Chiefs
happened?
lose to Jordan Love.
That was not in my pick'ems. Okay. I would like to point out
It's fair.
I did not.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that coming either.
Yeah.
I mean, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
That's
Yeah.
By the way, was Taylor there?
incredible.
Taylor
Yeah, she
She was there and her
was.
magic didn't work this week.
She
Very-
was there.
But they did not show her. I did not see
No,
her.
they didn't. You
Not
noticed
once,
that?
right?
They barely showed her. I don't know if they've
I
showed her
didn't
once
see
because
her
I
at
saw it
all.
on social media
I saw it
Yeah,
on social
when she
media.
was
with
arriving.
Brittany Mahomes.
I did not see her during the game. They did not cut to her. Interesting. But she
See?
looked cute. She was wearing all black
Yeah.
and a fire red long jacket.
Always.
But I did not see them cut. I didn't even know that she was for sure there until after.
Oh, yeah.
So I
I saw
thought
her.
that
I
was
saw her
interesting.
arrive, but yeah, I think they heard your cries and they stopped showing her.
The fan base, not our fan base, but I think in general,
Yes.
fans were like,
It's a
let's
lot.
keep it to football.
It's a lot.
Let's keep it to
Yeah.
football. But let's talk about Jordan, 25 and 36, 267 yards,
Yep.
3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Patrick Mahomes.
Mm.
And you would think this was like the opposite, right? But
Yeah.
Patrick had 21 of 33, 210 yards, 1 touchdown,
Mm.
and 1 INT. 1 interception for the newbies. And I mean, those numbers say Jordan outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
did.
And he said, I had this game circled.
Yeah.
He wanted this game.
Yeah. It was
because
cool seeing him after the game, hearing him talk, how passionate
Yeah.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah, you know me, I always like an underdog.
Yeah.
And you know, people were wanting him out. You know, the
Yeah.
NFL fans, man, you get 2 games maybe, and by the 3rd one, we want you gone.
Yeah. You have to have thick skin. You have to believe in yourself because no one else is going to
Right?
after a couple games. Yeah.
You and your mom and your girlfriend might be all you have, right?
Yeah.
Did you see where their seats were the last game and where
No.
their seats? I think. Oh my gosh, I'll have to pull up the clip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so funny. I believe it was Jordan Love. Their seats were like at the very, very top in the top of the stadium.
Nosebleed. And then
Yeah. But
Oh
you know
my
what, dude? Like,
God.
I actually didn't get to watch this whole game. I did watch the recap of it, and it just looked like a complete offensive breakdown for the Chiefs.
Yes.
It was just a lot of mishaps and a lot of like confusion.
things
like-
you wouldn't expect.
No, I feel like the plays weren't being called right. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know exactly, but it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think that the Chiefs are just not playing on all cylinders. The offense, I feel like, is sluggish.
Mhm.
Something is amiss, and it's funny. If something is amiss, well, Tyreek Hill is with the Dolphins, and nobody thought that
Oh.
would matter, but maybe
And he had a
maybe it
great
does
week.
matter.
And he had a
You
great
know,
week.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Tyreek.
Tyreek,
I like that.
Tyreek. I don't know. Tyreek is also in the MVP. race.
Yes, he
You
is.
know what I mean?
That's
He
my
should be.
candidate.
Um,
That's my candidate.
I feel you, but you know, Pacheco got ejected. I love me some Pacheco, by the way. Just I love a dancer who can ball out as well, as you guys know. Anyway, but no, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a Chiefs fan, but obviously being a Niner fan, you always going to keep your eye on that opponent.
Right.
And right now, I don't know that anyone's scared to face the Chiefs right now.
No, they're so hit or miss, and they're
No.
not consistent. They're missing something, like you said. They just seem to be sluggish, off, not scary.
And they are talking about the penalties weren't called on that game.
yeah,
I don't know if you guys
I
saw
mean,
that.
but
Did you,
like,
what did you think?
I don't know. I
did
feel
you
that could be
see-
argued for so many different games, right? I mean, yeah,
It's ridiculous. We're not
How-
going down that rabbit
and,
hole.
well, and
We're
how
not.
many games have they been lucky on those
right
calls?
on the other side of that.
They've been on the other side
Thank you.
many times.
Thank
and
you.
because I've been on that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah.
are you serious right now?
Yeah.
They almost got every call. I mean, anytime anyone gets near Patrick, flag, and I'm like, dude.
yeah,
And so this time he got hit
yeah,
in bounds,
mm-hmm.
but he got hit
yeah,
good.
yeah,
But you know what? It was fair, and they didn't call it. And I think that was the right call.
yeah,
The other non-call, they call it the Hail Mary.
yeah.
It was 33 yards. That's not really
Okay,
a Hail Mary,
okay.
but it was like a last wish. You know what I
People
mean?
are-
Like,
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
and then, you know, Kelsey got hit a little bit, but they let him play.
Yeah.
And I always say, and I'm not a coach, but I just think in the NFL, you cannot leave the points where one call could turn the game.
Yes,
You just can't leave
Yeah.
it in the
Mhm.
hands. You can't leave it that close because
Mhm.
in this day and age, you just never know what the refs are going
Right.
to call,
yeah,
good or bad.
Yeah,
And so, I mean, either way, the Chiefs lose, and I'm happy for Jordan Love. I always like to see young guys, especially being behind Aaron Rodgers for how many seasons?
Yes.
Like 3.
Yeah.
You know, I like to see that they finally get their time. I can't imagine what it's like for those QBs, QB2s, QB3s,
Yes, when
right?
You're
The
so
s-
close, you can almost taste it, but you're
And you
just
just-
not quite there.
Yeah, and you just want to get in, you know?
Yes.
But like I'm telling you, be ready. And if you're a quarterback and like at the grocery store, be ready. Be ready.
Stop
Because
it right now.
no, you probably will get called.
For sure.
True.
The-
It's true.
You
Oh,
know?
gosh. And then really quick, friends of the show, Kenny Clark Jr. and Keeson Nixon. I know that they're friends of Football is Sexy, and they're just, I mean, they looked great this
Yep.
week.
Yeah.
The Packers defense.
He's
just,
doing his thing.
Yeah, just consistently performing. We're so proud of you.
Tell him why Kenny is a friend of the show. Where is he from?
Oh, he's from the 909, and he has a camp nearby where I live, and he had actually invited us there last summer. We had a scheduling conflict, but we plan on being there this summer.
We
and
will.
hanging out
909
again.
meaning.
Oh, our area code here in Southern California, the Inland Empire.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Shout out. So many things to cover.
Mhm.
Texans, Broncos.
Wow.
Oh,
Texans,
Another
Broncos.
909er. You're bringing it back to the 909 again.
I
CJ
mean,
Stroud.
CJ Stroud is doing his thing.
He
Texans are
is.
looking good.
Another MVP contender, may
Listen.
I add.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He is just
Rookie of the year for sure.
right.
Rookie of the year.
Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
Who else would it be?
I-
I'm thinking he's, and I have to say, I'm all about
Unbiased.
looks too.
yeah.
I love their field. I love their end zone. I like that dark blue
Yeah.
with that little red. It's
Okay.
fire.
Yes.
I'm,
yeah,
I'm-
yeah.
and I used to hate the Houston Texans because I was mad because they took my boy
Oh, right,
D'Amico.
right.
I was not.
But our girl Vanessa, who was here last week, she was saying she loved their red fits.
Yep.
Yeah,
all
the
red.
red fit
I
was
mean, they're just
tight.
Shout out to Vanessa. We had
Yes,
such a
girl.
good time. Yes.
But yeah, their stadium, their fits, they're just
They got a lot of young talent on that team
Yeah.
between
Yes.
Anderson, Stingley, Stroud. I mean, the rookie Dell, who's, he's out now.
Yeah.
You lost your sensation this
Tank.
year. And I think they have so much young talent, and the team really likes to rally around that. My only concern is,
yes.
what do you do now to deal with injuries? Because CJ Stroud even admitted after the game, he's like, I'm banged up, yo. Like, I'm hurt.
Mhm.
So what do you do in order to combat that? You know what I'm
You
saying?
get the guy in the grocery store
Oh,
who's
yeah.
undrafted,
Yeah,
ready
go
to
start
go.
recruiting the grocers. Yep.
Literally, you're
Absolutely.
like, okay. So I'm thinking, no, seriously, as a coach, you're probably like, okay, we got QB2, we got QB3, but now I need to just double check and like we need to
Yep.
be deep 4 or
Yeah.
5,
Absolutely.
and they're like doing their 9 to 5 somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the scouts have their eye on these undrafted guys that are.
Have to.
You just have to right
Yeah.
now. But here's the stats. I mean, by the way, I believe when they got CJ Stroud, they asked him, like, who do you think kind of like would be your wide receiver? And he was the one that said Tank Dell.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that said that
Man,
was
that
like
sucks losing him.
yeah. So he's probably the fibula, right? So there were 3 picks for the Texans in the second half. But the stats, Russell Wilson, my boy. I don't know if you guys noticed, but
Yes.
like if you follow him, and I do, he was like real quiet
Yeah.
when they were losing,
Yeah.
right? When they were
Mhm.
1-5,
Yeah.
and then we start winning,
Oh,
and
no.
then I start seeing the social media
Oh, no.
come up a little bit, and he was talking about his alter ego, and I'm like,
Oh.
please,
Okay.
please, we're getting into the let's ride vibe. I can see it coming
Yeah.
because you're winning. Just keep it
Yeah.
humble. Because right now, he had 15 for 26, 186 yards, 1 TD touchdown, and 3 interceptions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you
whatever
see-
that alter ego is,
Okay.
I don't know. We see him and Peyton getting into it too on the sideline.
no.
Yeah, they got
you
real.
serious?
They were like snapping at each other again, and you're like, dude, stop! Like,
Did he have a visor or no?
of course he had his stupid visor on.
Because that's why they lost.
Probably.
I told you when he won, he didn't have the visor.
I don't get the visor.
It's a thing. I'm telling you. I need stats.
You
Well,
do.
You are
We
not a
need
tennis
that
player.
team.
We need to get a stat team,
Yeah.
and we need. I want a visor stat.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
that's
But
gonna
the
happen.
Broncos have come a long way since the 70-point massacre.
Yeah.
right?
True.
Isn't
They
that
strung some
true?
wins
True.
together.
True,
Okay.
You know?
100%.
Okay.
And we should remind people that was Miami
That was
Oh,
Miami.
that was Miami.
that
Yeah, correct.
literally
Big
put
Dolphins fan this year,
70 points, man. And
Big Fins
for them to
fan.
come back and win after that beating, I
Yeah.
give them credit. But look, CJ had 16 of 27, 274 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions.
Mm.
I mean,
So, it's gonna be
zero-
interesting.
Rookie
zero
of the year.
interceptions. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do now. Kind of another, which you brought up, is the Colts.
Oh,
The
Oh.
Colts and the Titans.
Out of nowhere. I did not see. where
Now
did the
that was the
Colts
one I
win?
felt we've been sleeping on. We did
Yes,
not see
what an exciting
the
game.
Colts come up.
Yeah. No,
I was
the-
trying to watch, but I was
If
preparing.
the playoffs were today,
I know.
the Colts are in.
Crazy.
I'm just saying,
insane.
the Colts
Crazy.
are in the playoffs if they start today. That was an exciting game. I don't think it got the attention it deserved.
No, I agree.
And a 31-28 win.
People
like,
wrote it off
Oh,
as
yeah.
just not worthy.
On
to
my
watch.
pick'ems, it was tough. I'm like,
Right.
I
Could go either
knowing me,
way.
I probably went with my boys, the Titans. Shout out to Tori Baldwin and Dan Ruskell, friends of the show. And, he used to be a Niner. So
Yes.
I always love my Titans, DeAndre Hopkins, friend of the show. But they lost. I was very sad.
Yeah, no, listen, but that's their 4th win in a row for the Colts. They're getting great production out of Downs, out of Pittman, and Gardner Minshew.
Yep.
Bravo. You know what? He
Yeah.
came in after Richardson went down,
Yep.
and he said, I'm going to make something work. And
Mustache and all.
Mustache and all. But he's finding a way to make it work.
Yep.
And the team is rallying around him.
Yep.
Yep.
And I feel like he's getting more comfortable every week. And I'll
Yes.
tell you what, next year he's got a big bargaining chip to deal with when he wants to
Yes.
go to another team.
Yeah.
Well, he's been on 3 teams. So he was on the
poor
Jags,
guy.
he was on the Eagles, and now he's on the Colts. And I don't know if you guys heard this,
What?
but I'm going to quote him after
Oh,
that game.
Get
Okay.
it.
Are you ready
Okay.
for it?
I'm
Get
ready.
it.
It's not always going to be sexy, but dang, it's good.
Oh, Garner.
Well, it can always be sexy if you want to hang out with us.
Right.
because we
I
keep
love
it
that.
sexy here.
Exactly. I was like, oh, I like that quote. And
I think Coach Steichen too. Like, give
Yeah.
him his credit, dude.
Yes.
Like, he has stepped up. He has found a way to make this work. I think this Colts special team is looking good too.
Yes.
They had a couple of really big plays there too. This is a team that we kind of weren't paying too much attention.
Not at
to.
all.
Yeah, I got a little whiplash.
Not at
Just
all.
like, ooh, what just
You know?
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're like, hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention now.
Yeah.
My eyes are open. Okay,
Yeah,
Colts, I
I-
see you.
I did not see that coming at all.
No.
And then when you put, I was like, oh, that's right. Like, speaking of that's right, did the Rams win? I think
Oh
the
my
Rams
gosh.
won.
Don't even get me
The
started
Rams.
with the Rams.
The Rams won. I'm sorry. But listen, the first thing I think about is the Rams,
Lord.
and I will always say it is, first of all, I have Rams roots. People will probably not know that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
My grandparents were diehard Rams fans. And whenever the Niners came to town and they had 50-yard line seats, great seats, my grandparents, rest in peace. Whenever they came to town, my grandma would give up her ticket so that
Aw.
my grandpa would take me. So I would get on
Aw,
all my Niner gear,
cute.
and my grandpa was so cute, and he would have his full-on Rams gear, and we go together. So I have
God.
Rams roots.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. who
But-
knew?
But, you know,
You-
my boys are always going to be,
Yeah.
you know, my boys. But the Rams roots. But I always laugh because when they beat us,
Mhm.
was it in 2021, I think?
No.
2021,
I
the
blacked
Super
that
Bowl?
out. I'm just blacked out.
I
I
will.
don't
I
know.
mean, what could I say? They beat us, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's true.
In their own stadium, by the way,
Yes.
which has only been done twice, right? When Tampa Bay did it and then the Rams did it. So, all that to say, they came back the next year and didn't even make the playoffs.
Yep.
All that to say, now they're starting to get their little mojo back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
but
I
don't-
think these is the most wins they've strung together since their Super Bowl appearance.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just saying they
I mean,
haven't
Puka
done
Nacua,
well.
I mean, came out of nowhere this year for us. Puka Nacua, I think people really were scared when Cooper Cup went down,
mhm.
and then Nacua just comes out, and I feel, they're going to him more than they are Cup now.
Yep.
But can we give it up for Joe Flacco?
Oh,
Oh,
Joe.
A couple weeks ago, Joe's sitting on his
And he-
couch,
yeah.
probably eating some Doritos. and
See,
then
I
he
told
gets
you.
a call, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll come in and play."
I told you.
I'm not saying he had a great game, but I'm saying,
But he was there.
He was there.
He was there. And Eddie,
Wow.
and your Wentz was in.
Oh,
Flacco's in.
they-
Who else are we missing? Let's get Mark Sanchez out of the booth.
Mark,
Please.
get Mission Viejo's Mark Sanchez back in here.
Let's
Honestly,
just-
I'm surprised they haven't called him yet.
Seriously.
No joke.
Oh.
Seriously.
I
mean,
feel like
why not?
he's
and
doing
Tony
great.
Romo. Why don't we just throw him in there?
Oh,
Let's
Brady-
get everybody out of the booth.
Brady's
Yeah.
And-
like, put me in, coach. Put me in. Put me in,
You know,
coach. I'm
can
coming."
we since we're already on the subject of the LA team, can we just talk about the other LA team?
Oh,
really quick?
please.
Oh Lord.
Please. I don't even think I have a I think it says
Well,
not
I
him.
do.
And I have the
Not
same.
again. Not
No,
I
again.
have
no,
the
no.
same note for the Chargers that I had last week.
No.
Not him.
Here we go. I got one.
Get
for you.
it.
I got one. I got a stat for you.
Okay.
And the number is 18.
Oh.
And that is coming into the game against the Patriots. The Chargers had 18 dropped passes. Can you do me a favor?
Oh my
Can you throw
goodness.
that ball to me really quick? Just,
Oh
just
my
I want you to
goodness.
see something. Look at that. Look at that, Johnson. Look at that, Parham Jr. Look at that. Was it hard, Bynum? Catch the ball, hold on to the ball, and make a play out of it. I'm so sick of dropped passes. I'm not even going to say the Chargers won that game because a 6-0 win is not a win. It is not. You didn't
my
lose.
God.
From the Patriots.
I had to relook.
From the
I
Patriots.
literally had to. I
dropped it
probably.
now.
I need my ball
Drop
back.
the mic.
I need
Drop
the ball
the
back. I literally probably looked at that number 3 times because I could not believe
Yeah.
that I'm seeing 6 6-0 is a final score, not in baseball, not in hockey,
Not in soccer.
not in soccer. I don't know what the pickleball is, but like it's 6-0 final in the NFL.
The Chargers didn't win. They just didn't lose. And you know what? I heard one of the announcers say like, oh, the Chargers defense made Bailey Zappi so uncomfortable. Shut the hell up. No, you did not. You did not make anyone uncomfortable.
Oh my
I am
God.
tired of this team. I am tired. I guess a win is a win. But again, catch the dang ball. Hold on to the dang ball. It is not that hard. Those gloves are practically glue. Okay? If I'm just saying. And that's all I care to talk about LA.
By the way, the Patriots have only allowed 10 points or less. 10 points or less in 3 games.
It's making me
That
itch,
means
Monica.
think about that. 10 points or less is what they've allowed, and they've still lost. They still lost. That hasn't happened since the 1930s.
Yeah, my brain's like trying to compute all like what
That
what,
means
what are you
that means their opponent had 10
but how?
or less points, and they still lost. I mean, Bill Belichick, put this, like, really think about it. Bill Belichick, this week, his team scored 0.
I mean, is Tom just laughing?
Dude,
Is he just laughing
oh my
when,
God.
when they didn't believe in him, when they would go at it, when they were head
Oh.
to head, when at the end, when it was no you. Is Tom just like, I told you,
Dude,
it wasn't
if
me.
I'm Kraft, remember those buttons you used to get like at Office Depot? You just like hit it.
Yes.
Like with that buzzer.
Yes.
That I would be, I'm just like, I am just ready to hit. I can't wait for the season to go over, because if
Yeah.
I'm Kraft, the only reason why you still have a coaching job is out of respect
Yeah.
for the 20 plus years and 10 rings you gave me.
Yes.
But if it wasn't for that,
Yes.
you would be gone.
Yes.
Get 'em
You would
outta
be
here.
gone.
Get 'em
And
outta
I will
here.
give you that respect after the season to part ways amicably.
Yeah.
How do you say that shit?
Amicably.
Thank you.
We got it.
Part ways.
Yep.
And but because that button couldn't come fast
It
enough.
just looks sad. Like, let the old dog out to pasture. You know what I mean? It looks sad.
It's bad.
I just
Let
feel
the old dog out
sad.
to
It's
I'm just
bad.
Like, Lord, just
It's bad. And you know what? This whole Bill Belichick, I just think that he's hurting his legacy as he goes through.
Yes, that's like yes.
And
like,
all
come
rumors indicate that he wanted Tom Brady gone.
mhm.
It's
Yes.
a bad look.
Just
It's a bad look.
Let me ask you this though: the Patriots are going to take on the Steelers this week.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Do you think there will
And
be
we're
a
gonna have to
touchdown
watch
in that
it.
game?
And we're gonna have to watch
No,
it.
not only do we have
Oh.
to expose our eyes
Oh
to
my
it,
God.
but will there be a touchdown in that game?
no.
That's going to be
No.
the question. I would like to see the stats.
What's the
in
over under?
Vegas.
Take the under.
The over under is 11.
No.
Yeah, the over under is 11. Book it. Book it.
That's crazy.
I
11.
mean, oh my
Nice.
God.
11.
I'm thinking,
Oh God.
and we're gonna have to watch it. Listen, I think we touched on most everything, but I do think we can't leave here without a couple things. And one is Super Bowl is, believe it or not, around the corner.
9
we will
weeks.
be here.
9 weeks.
Where will we
insane.
be for the Super Bowl, Monica?
Right here in Pasadena,
See this?
California,
See the screen?
at the iHouse. This huge screen is where we will be watching the Super Bowl, no matter who's playing.
No matter
No
what.
matter who's playing,
$25. That's it.
unless my GoFundMe kicks in and my Niners.
We'll worry about that.
We'll worry about
Yeah,
that later.
yeah.
But we will be here no matter what. And
$25 to enter. Get in here.
Yeah.
Hang out with us. Watch on the screen.
It's gonna be lit.
We're gonna be so quiet, obviously.
Oh, we will be watching the game. I promise you that. There's not anybody who has a Super Bowl like a fan who is a fan of football.
Yes.
They want to watch, and we will all be locked in. The fun thing is, we will all be locked in, limited seating, and you never know who's going to be in the VIP room.
That's right.
Who's going to be here with us, who's going to be helping giving away some gifts and prizes. But I think we should end with two things. The QBR right now, the top QBR is Brock, 75.6. Dak and Brock are leading the
Wow.
I find
QBR
that
right
so
now.
odd.
Isn't
I
that
know,
crazy?
for some reason.
Yeah.
Then Josh Allen, then Mahomes, and
Allen?
Herbert. Yeah.
Is
Allen's
third?
still in the race.
Over Tua?
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
wild.
I double checked.
Over Tua?
Tua's not in the top 5
That's
right now.
weird, man.
As
I know.
of when I checked.
Math
Okay,
is
because
weird.
God knows
Math
what
is
happened
weird.
overnight.
I know. But
Um,
okay.
Player we'll end with this. Oh, by the way, did we say Carr was out too? Pickett was out? I mean, they're just going
Pickett's
out,
2 to
dude.
4 weeks for Arizona.
Pickett
Pickett's
for
out.
the Steelers.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Steelers. They
I
played
know it's hard to
Arizona.
keep it together,
2
but
to
we're
4
gonna
weeks.
end. I know it's crazy. So we're gonna end with who kept it sexy.
Oh, I mean, after last night, I mean, how can you not say Browning? I mean, he was
Okay.
so.
That's MJ's pick.
Yes.
Jake Browning.
Clutch.
Okay.
When you needed him.
Clutch.
Yeah.
And
I'm
for
going
you,
Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence
Okay.
kept it sexy. He had a great game. That hair always looks good.
It's like a romance novel when
he
runs.
really does have that romance
He
novel
great
vibe.
hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's selling those headbands in that stadium like you wouldn't believe. I bet.
And you know what? He has a little bit more grit than your boy Herbert.
Oh.
But they both have the hair, but he's got a
Just
little
really
more
rubbing
grit.
salt in the wound.
I don't
Vaughn.
like
sorry.
Herbert
I'm
salt
sorry. I'm sorry. But
I don't like Herbert's pirate stash.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Lawrence, like in that beautiful.
okay.
You know, I think he kept it sexy. He played a great game until he got injured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agree.
You? Do
Well,
we even have to ask?
mine? Do you want to guess?
I'm gonna say Brock the Rock Purdy.
Do you wanna guess?
Ooh, I'm gonna say
Well, it's a very close. Listen, because I've been giving Brock love the whole year.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him aside for a minute.
Okay.
And so if I had to pick, I actually have an unsung hero. But Debo, but I want to give like a little love to Kittle. Because
Oh,
George
okay.
Kittle, even though I just think everybody needs a Kittle on their team.
Yep.
And if you don't have a Kittle, you better go find one, because between Kittle not only doing what he does on the field,
Yeah.
yards after catch, it's his personality,
Mhm.
is everything, lights it up. And he had amazing blocks for Debo. I mean, he blocked 2 guys so that Debo could get a touchdown.
Yep.
2 guys.
That's pretty sexy.
And that's sexy.
That's pretty
And then on the
sexy.
other Debo touchdown, he blocked so that Debo could get in. So I feel like my who kept it sexy, I got to go with Debo, but it was a close between Debo and Kittle. And
Yep.
the reason why I'm going to give it to Debo is because he was talking that talk, showed up in all black, and I think he got that locker room to believe that we're not only are we going to win this game, we're going to make a statement.
Yeah.
You tell me, and with the trash talk that was going down, and that he had to back up his talk. So for that, Debo is my who kept it sexy.
Love
week.
it.
Yeah. Love that.
You guys ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Week
Another
14.
week?
We'll
Oh
be
my
here
God.
next Tuesday. And as always, keep it sexy.